Yeah, Vijay sir, we'll start in 5 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely, Anand.
Hello, Vidhi.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you're audible.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Yeah, Divya, you're audible.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, Vijay sir, our principal, Dr. Rakesh Somani sir, will be joining soon, and just 2 minutes, like 2 minutes, he'll be joining with us. So after that, we will start. You're mute, sir. You're mute.
Sure, Aditya. Yeah, sure, Aditya.
Yeah, hello, sir.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, namaskar, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Nice to see you.
Same here, sir.
So
I just got late. I was in a class actually.
Yeah, sir. Yeah, no issues.
do we start, sir?
All students have come.
Yes, sir. Around 60.
We are expecting first year and second year diploma students, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I am seeing only 60 participants. So उसमें 3-4 minus कर दे faculty और हम लोग. So hardly 55 students are there. So we are expecting first year also, na?
Yeah, and BPharm students are also there, sir.
And BPharm students also.
Yeah.
Second year bachelors. Then
Yeah.
the count should have gone at least up to 80.
Yeah. Just
So maybe you can just put in their groups that we are starting in next 1 minute.
yes, sir.
So whoever are interested, they can join us. Sir, with your due permission, I will leave meeting at 3:50 dot.
Sure, sir. No issues.
Yeah, because माझी परत एक 4 वाजता दुसरी मीटिंग आहे. तर 3:55 च्या आसपास मी लीव करेल. With your due permission. Yeah, so Aditya will wait for 1 minute and then we'll start.
Sure, sir. Sure.
Thank you for your sparing your valuable time, basically. See, we waited for 1 minute and 9 participants have increased.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So, shall we start, sir?
I think Aditya, yes, please now. The time is up. Yeah.
Yeah. Over to you, Vidhi. You can start.
Okay, sir. A very good afternoon to one and all present here. I welcome all the students, faculty, and guests on behalf of D.Y. Patil University School of Pharmacy, Navi Mumbai. Myself, Vidhi Solanki, student of SYD Pharm. D.Y. Patil University School of Pharmacy in association with IPA CPD, Indian Pharmaceutical Association, Community Pharmacy Division, have organized various activities, and today is the concluding session for those activities. Now, I would like to ask Dr. Rakesh Somani, sir, a principal of D.Y. Patil University School of Pharmacy, to share a few words.
Yeah, thank you, Vidhi, for allowing me to speak here on this platform. So it gives me an immense pleasure to welcome our today's speaker, Mr. Vijay Shivpuje. My dear students and the faculty members, this is our really privilege that Mr. Shivpuje could find out time for us on a very short notice. And he is going to talk on a very important topic, that is the career opportunities in e-pharmacy. As you are diploma pharmacy students, most of you, and who are going to venture now into this retail pharmacy business or maybe the wholesale pharmacy business in due course of time, it is very essential for you to understand the new trends into the market. And I'm sure that our speaker will throw light on the contemporary trends into the market, and this lecture will be really beneficial to all of you. I am thankful to you, sir, for finding out time for us from your busy schedule. And I'm also thankful to the coordinator of the event, Mr. Aditya Guge, and the entire student council who are involved into this planning of this particular event. Thank you so much, Vidhi.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words. So, as world is changing, so is a way of delivering the medicines. In today's world, there are many aspects of looking at e-pharmacy as a career option. Many have confusion over what actually it is. So, to clear those doubts and deliver different aspects of e-pharmacy, I call upon Mr. Vijay Shivpunja, sir, Director of Patlex Business Solutions. Before the session starts, I would like to read out a short CV of Mr. Vijay Shivpunja, sir. He is a registered patent agent with a degree of MPharm in pharmaceutics and a LLB degree with more than 13 years of experience in the pharmaceutical industry. He has served various organizations like Ranbaxy, Glenmark Pharmaceuticals, and at Wockhardt. I would like to ask sir to share his views on the topic career opportunities in e-pharmacy, and any questions should be put in the chat box. Over to you, sir.
Sir, excuse me, sir. Before you start, it's a request to all
Yes,
the
sir.
students. Please switch on your videos. Okay, we really don't know whether you are there or not, whether your name is only there or not. So it is always advisable, unless and until there is serious technical issue, you may switch it off. That too, you need to inform to the coordinator, that is Aditya sir. Okay, but it is expected that you switch on your videos. Okay? I'm seeing few of you are now switching on the video slowly. So let us appreciate this and let us do this. Thank you so much, sir. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Rakesh, sir. First of all, good afternoon to everyone. I would actually start with the, I would say, the most common question nowadays that has been asked throughout the year. And I believe, am I audible to everyone? Just raise your hand because everyone has started their videos now. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir,
Okay,
yeah.
great. So with the advancement, yeah, the advancement of technology and so many things coming up in last 6 or 8 months, it's pretty good to know that institute is actually interested in having a session on e-pharmacy, because this is one particular area which has been kind of a controversial area in last few years. And many people don't like to speak even in public forums about e-pharmacy, what it is as such, what is government doing on this particular front. And I must actually thank Honorable Rakesh Somani sir, the principal for the institute, for providing this kind of platform for the students at such a young age to actually understand the consequences or the different aspects of e-pharmacy as such. So also thank you, Aditya sir, for the introduction as well as coordinating this particular event. Thank you so much, Vidhi, for introducing me, and I'll now take this session ahead with respect to the different aspects of e-pharmacy. Before I actually move on, let me just justify as well why am I speaking about e-pharmacy as such. As Vidhi read it out, I'm a pharmacist basically, did my master's in 2004, worked with pharma industry. 3 years back, left my job, started my own venture, which is the knowledge process outsourcing company. Thereafter, we started working with lots of stakeholders, be it pharmaceutical industries, universities, educational institutions, and therein we realized that there are lots of, I'm patent agent as well, so lots of startups coming to us with to be implemented or to come up with new products as such. And then therein there was immense kind of interest being shown in the area of healthcare startup basically. And one thing that is going to actually help in terms of the pharmacy profession is the last 6 months during this COVID situation, the way the entire world had changed as such, especially with respect to the pharma industry. Everything is going virtual as such. If you ask the students, most of us, first year, second year diploma or pharmacy students as such, everyone is tech savvy. Even my daughter, who is 7 or now she's 8 years old, she's also very much tech savvy compared to me. That's how the next generation is actually, right? They have more access to the internet, technology, as well as mobiles. And then in last few years, everything had gone virtually. Be it your platforms like the Amazon, Flipkart, or maybe like, your car rentals like Ola, Uber, or food delivery apps like, Swiggy, or so everyone is used effectively. And not only in the metros like Mumbai, but in kind of 30 cities as well. But then where is the pharmacy space as such? Because pharma, one of the major requirements, one of the which comes under the essential services as such. But we don't see much of the e-pharmacy space or e-pharmacy players as such, big like Amazon or Flipkart or like Snapdeal. Then last
Yeah, I guess just a minute. There is some.
You lost it seems.
Yeah. Just wait. We'll wait for 2 minutes. Yeah, hello, sir. We had lost you in a moment.
yes,
Yeah.
I lost the connection. Actually, it's been raining here, and the network issues in the last 2-3 days actually.
Yeah.
So what we have been discussing is last week only the news came that Amazon has launched its e-pharmacy option in Bangalore, and they would be going aggressively with respect to that now in Bangalore and such. So we have got few players who have been actually working, but then e-pharmacy is not one space or one something like e-commerce that we have different.
Yeah, I guess we are
I
facing
think
some network.
परत गेले वाटतं sir.
Yeah.
You can ask him to join by mobile then, otherwise if not
Yes.
by he's
Sure.
come back.
So sorry, I am independently facing these issues.
You can otherwise join on mobile phone, sir, if you want, no? If at all you are.
No, sir. What I'll do is it okay if I switch off the video, because I think that is taking some.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely.
Okay, great. Yeah. So e-pharmacy has got various options as such, or e-pharmacy is not just one category of the so-called startups. They have got different business models as such. We are going to see all these business models right here. What are the examples as well as far as e-pharmacies are concerned? But generally, before moving on to e-pharmacies as such, e-pharmacies basically are the e-commerce platform that we see, online pharmacy, online medicine platforms basically. But when we actually compare it to the traditional businesses or traditional shops, how they are different actually, if we see that the e-pharmacies, the online pharmacies have attractive business models compared to the traditional shops as such. The scalability, if you see the way the growth happens at e-pharmacies is much higher and very fast compared to the traditional businesses. एक शॉप, कोई बंदा फार्मेसी शॉप सेट कर रहा है, उसको दूसरा शॉप सेट करने में बहुत लंबा टाइम लगता है. बट if you look at the scalability as such, then in case of e-pharmacies, it is really very high. So you can actually have the e-pharmacy chain from one city to another city in a very short span of time as such. And how is it possible? As I mentioned in the initially, it is more technology driven. We have technology that is actually working behind all these e-pharmacies as well. But it is not mandatory that you should have the technology driven product only. You can actually have a e-pharmacy without technology as such. So, but this is how is it see or crucial things that is available through the e-pharmacies or any kind of e-commerce platform for that. Also, what we have seen is generally in the startup space or the technology driven spaces, the startups or the failure rates generally are really very high. Why so? Of course, every sector has different reasons. And in case of e-pharmacy or in case of online pharmacies, one of the major reasons has been the regulation. Government is not allowing as such e-pharmacies. Lots of e-pharmacies are not allowing so easily because of जो हम लोग जनरली देखते हैं कोई केमिस्ट शॉप या मेडिसिन शॉप सेट करने के लिए जो ड्रग एंड कॉस्मेटिक एक्ट के अंदर जो भी नॉर्म्स है उसको सेटिस्फाई करना जरूरी है. बट देन when you are doing it online, there may be many things which may be skipped, and that is the reason government is actually not allowing as such. But what you also have in case of e-pharmacy is a huge, immense funding opportunities as well compared to a traditional business. When I say funding opportunities, it may be through loan or debt as such, or any other options as such. But then if you see, generally, if you go to a bank to take a loan as such, generally for any purpose as such, it's just a kind of a hurdle as such to get a loan or funding for your project as such. But then in case of e-pharmacies, it's comparatively very easy. And I think I can actually speak on for entire 1 hour about the different funding opportunities for your e-pharmacies or your so-called startups as such. But then so what we have actually, we have three, India as well as globally, we have got three separate set of business models which work in the e-pharmacy domain. And if we see look around, then we would very easily come to know the differences as such. One, which is a marketplace model. Second is the inventory based model, and the third one is a pharmacy chain basically. Now marketplace model, of course we have some examples right here mentioned as well, like you have something like Pharmeasy, which is a marketplace model. Then you have a inventory based model. Inventory based model is something like the example I have given as Netmeds. Netmeds is an inventory based model, and the so-called the chain pharmacies which have been operating since long now, like 24 hours medicine shops or the pharmacy chains like Apollo Pharmacy, MedPlus. There are so many actually. There are so many locally right here in Mumbai as well as at those are available at the national level as such. Now, so these are three subsets of e-pharmacies, and most of us at least know the last one, the pharmacy chains, right? We see it like the pharmacy shops which are owned by locals, but then these are based on the so-called franchising model. Now, what is marketplace model and what is inventory based model as such? Okay, and where are the opportunities for someone like you or me as such, as far as the pharmacy or e-pharmacist is concerned? Marketplace model is purely a technology, or there is no inventory base as such. So I'll tell you, like, you know, for example, if you try to compare it with Swiggy or Zomato, they don't own any restaurant. They are just a platform, right? The end user, जो लोग food order कर रहे हैं, आप या मैं, are the end users, and restaurant हमारे आसपास ही है कहीं पे, correct? But then we are using the Swiggy or Zomato platform. Marketplace model does exactly the same thing. Okay, marketplace model, they just create a kind of a platform for the local pharmacies to be on that particular platform. Now what happens because of this? What happens? The marketplace model, or like for example pharmacy, they don't need to comply with the so-called what you say, they are mere aggregators. Basically they don't need to comply with the Drug and Cosmetic Act के rules. They don't need to have an inventory. Basically उन्होंने क्या कर दिया, जो local shops है उनको ही connect कर दिया अपने platform पे. That is the marketplace model. Now इन्वेंट्री बेस्ड मॉडल, सेकेंड ऑप्शन. अगर हम यही कंपेयर करते हैं ओला उबर से, इनिशियली ओला उबर डिड द सेम थिंग, राइट? ओला उबर डिड द सेम थिंग. लोकल जो कैब एग्रीगेटर्स है, कैब ड्राइवर्स है, उनको वो कनेक्ट करते थे हम लोगों से. बट देन दे केम अप विद इन्वेंट्री बेस्ड मॉडल लेटर ऑन. नाउ ओला और उबर ओन्स लॉट ऑफ फ्लीट ऑफ कार्स. ओला का खुद का कार्स है, राइट? ओला का खुद का कार्स है वहां पे, राइट? नाउ तो दे हैव क्रिएटेड इन्वेंट्री फॉर देमसेल्व्स. यहाँ पे all these netments are actually creating this model wherein they are setting up the shops. But these shops, so they have a like, you know, for example, these are not traditional shops like chemist shop hai. What they do is they have the let's say big godowns wherein their inventory is available. Instead of chemist shop, एक डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर या होलसेलर के पास जैसे इन्वेंट्री अवेलेबल होता है, वैसे उनके पास वो इन्वेंट्री अवेलेबल है. एंड व्हाट दे आर डूइंग विद दिस, they are actually using exactly the same platform, in the sense online platform. Basically online platform वो लोग वहां पे यूज कर रहे हैं. So that is the inventory based model. Pharmacy chain also is included in under e-pharmacy for one reason. If you notice, these pharmacy chains also have online option available for you. आप वहां पे शॉप में जाके जैसे ऑर्डर करके, like, you know, just like you normally go to a chemist shop, you can go to Apollo Pharmacy or MedPlus, but then you can also order online. Basically, pharmacy chains is kind of a, I would say, a hybrid model. Wherein, like, you know, you have, of course, you have local shop as well as you have the online option as well available for everyone as such. So these are the three separate models based on the business models of e-pharmacy as such. Now, how do they actually work? As I said, मार्केटप्लेस मॉडल में आपको लाइसेंस की ही जरूरत नहीं है अंडर ड्रग एंड कॉस्मेटिक एक्ट, बिकॉज यू आर जस्ट एग्रीगेटर. आपके पास सिर्फ एक टेक्नोलॉजी प्लेटफॉर्म अवेलेबल है. आपके पास जो टेक्नोलॉजी है, आपके पास एक वेब बेस्ड ऐप है, जैसे ओला उबर का ऐप है, या कोई वेबसाइट है जिसके थ्रू लोग डायरेक्टली आपका प्रोडक्ट परचेस कर रहे हैं, वहां पे ऑर्डर दे रहे हैं, राइट? बट इन्वेंट्री बेस्ड मॉडल के लिए no, you need to require the license under Drugs and Cosmetic Act. Although it may be a pharmacy, or a godown or a place jahan pe your inventory is getting stored, but what is required herein is the license under Drugs and Cosmetic Act. Definitely pharmacy chain के लिए भी हमें Drugs and Cosmetic Act का license चाहिए होता है. But then if you are a marketplace, like, you know, something like pharmacy, then you don't need actually a license from the FDA as well. Okay, now how does the actual system work for prescriptions? Because we know it's a regulated industry. We just cannot go to a shop and ask for a medicine and they are going to give us the medicine. No, that doesn't work that way. We need to have a prescription. Usually क्या होता है in marketplace model, prescription, of course prescription verification is important thing, otherwise किसी को भी कोई भी drug मिलेगा, right? Now प्रिस्क्रिप्शन वेरिफिकेशन वहां पे ऑनलाइन फार्मेसी एंड वेंडर करता है. दैट इज जिसके पास आप, लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल मैं आई एम फार्मेसी, मैं जिसको ऑर्डर दे रहा हूं वो बंदा जो वेंडर से सप्लाई होगा वो प्रिस्क्रिप्शन को क्रॉस चेक करेगा. एज वेल एज online भी there would be some AI, what we call artificial intelligence algorithm, जिसके through prescription का verification हो जाएगा वहां पे. Okay, so this is in the marketplace model. Inventory based model में you already have a pharmacist, because आपको see inventory based model is more or less similar to, I would say, marketplace as well as the pharmacy chain, क्योंकि यहाँ पे आपको लाइसेंस भी चाहिए, आपके पास फार्मासिस्ट होना चाहिए वहां पे. Okay, and he would do along with the online pharmacy option as well. This is for the prescription verification as such. In case of these pharmacy chain, what happens is it is done by the pharmacist associated with the pharmacy chain. See, the last part, that the pharmacy chains are basically the franchisee based model. किसी के पास बड़ा ब्रांड है अपोलो फार्मेसी का, उसका आपने लाइसेंस ले लिया एंड आप वहां पे अपने एरिया में अपने स्पॉट पे इंस्टेड ऑफ खुद का मेडिसिन शॉप you start with the Apollo pharmacy shop. That's how it actually works. Okay, now marketplace model mein you don't have physical presence or inventory. You don't have an inventory. आपको कुछ करने की जरूरत नहीं है. And this is the one problem which has been under discussion since long by different agencies as such, as far as this particular model is concerned. Because मैं जो ओनर हूं, ओके, एज अ ओनर ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर प्लेटफॉर्म, लेट्स से वेब बेस्ड प्लेटफॉर्म या ऐप बेस्ड प्लेटफॉर्म, मेरा लायबिलिटी जीरो है अंडर ड्रग्स एंड कॉस्मेटिक एक्ट, ऑल्दो आई एम सेलिंग द ड्रग्स, राइट? I am selling the drugs under my platform through someone else. I am the mediator. मुझे कुछ उससे so called commission मिल रहा है, but then मेरा liability तो zero आ रहा है, because neither I have a pharmacist there, neither I have a drugs and cosmetic license. अगर मेरे end से उस platform के end से कोई गलती होता है तो still I cannot be prosecuted under drugs and cosmetic act as such. So this has been one model which has been under kind of discussion, or which has got lots of issues as such when we compare it with the other models as such. Now, in case of inventory based model and the franchisee based model, definitely you have a physical presence and the inventory as well. Inventory based model में जो है आपका inventory जो है, it may be at the shop or at a distant place as such. Or in case of franchisee model as well, what happens is locally आपका पास inventory available होता है. जैसे for example नवी मुंबई में अगर मेरे 10 shops हैं, 10 pharmacy shops हैं which are under one particular chain, let's say. In that case, what happens is I may have the inventory available, maximum inventory available at one place, which may be supplied to others very easily as such, right? So these are three separate types of model in which the e-pharmacy chains actually operate. Now we have these two models. If you see, online marketplace में अगर आप देखते हो तो I am the owner of the platform, like Pharmacy, let's say. What I do is I just create an online marketplace. It may be a website or it may be a mobile app. Consumer जो है वो आपका prescription upload करेगा website पे. They would get it. They would upload their prescription, and that message is passed on to whom? Local pharmacy shop में. जैसे आई स्टे इन सानपाड़ा, तो सानपाड़ा के किसी शॉप को वो मैसेज फॉरवर्ड हो जाएगा कि ओके दिस प्रिस्क्रिप्शन हैज बीन अपलोडेड बाय मिस्टर विजय शिवपुजे, ही स्टेज इन सेक्टर 9 एंड व्हाट यू डू इज you supply this particular medicine to this particular address. Now that's how it works actually. But as I mentioned you already, the owner gets some commission out of it, or some certain percentage out of it. But then unfortunately he doesn't have any liability because he doesn't come under the Drugs and Cosmetic Act. He's not at all involved with the local rules or regulations of the pharmacy as well. Just for example, what happens if a medicine which is stored at a certain temperature, and during the delivery actually of that medicine from one place to other, it has got some issues, then who is liable? Pharmacist would say nahi, humne to sell kar diya hai hamare end se, right? Now and the owner would say, no, I don't come under the Drugs and Cosmetic Act itself. I don't have a pharmacist license. You cannot prosecute me under Drugs and Cosmetic Act as such, right? So these are the issues with respect to first model. And first model is not very common in India as such. People are struggling a lot with this first model as such. Now, the second one, inventory-based model as such. If you see this particular thing, so inventory-based model may, what you have is a website or a mobile app, as and as well as you have a licensed pharmacy as well. Okay, so someone may either you have a licensed pharmacy as such. It may be my own licensed pharmacy or third-party licensed pharmacy. Pharmacist would be actually doing that. That is, pharmacist is associated with that online pharmacy. He would be checking everything, and thereafter only he would be delivering the so the liability comes with the owner as well. In the first model online marketplace, if you see, there is no liability with the owner, but in the second model, definitely there is a liability with the owner, because he is also a registered pharmacist. He can be prosecuted under the Drugs and Cosmetic Act. जो भी rules, regulations Drugs and Cosmetic Act के shop के लिए applicable है, would be all applicable to these we have some examples like 1mg.com hai. So there are a few players who are operating specifically in the domain as such, as well as we have few players who are in the so-called startup domain as well, right? So this is the second one. Third model I have not discussed much, the franchise or the pharmacy chains. Basically, it's like someone owning multiple shops simultaneously and recruiting the pharmacist. Okay, so and these are very common nowadays, like even in small cities as well. One person may have 4 or 5 separate pharmacy shops as such, right? So but they do it under a brand name, like for example Apollo Pharmacy ke under they are doing, or we have like MedPlus Pharmacy, or then there is something I just don't recollect the name, but then we have lots of 24 hours open pharmacy shops as well, right? Which are providing you the delivery, online delivery, as well as the physical presence for 24 hours as such, right? Now, so that is under the franchisee based model. Now, what is actually government doing? What is happening as such as far as the e-pharmacy regulation is concerned? जब कुछ साल पहले, 7-8 साल पहले, may not be 7-8, maybe 5-6 years back, around 2013 or 14, when we started getting lots of queries about the e-pharmacies and all, government came up with a draft rules for e-pharmacies to define the online sell of medicine. Problem kahan pe hai pata hai? When you are selling an iPhone, when you are selling a clothing or cosmetic product, or jaise apna food items hai, या फिर like something like your grocery and all, that's absolutely fine. यहाँ पे industry regulated है, industry regulated है as such. And see, I cannot go to a shop and ask for a medicine directly, right? There is some system or checks that are involved into the system, medicine system in India, that the doctor prescribes the medicine, thereafter the patient goes to the chemist, provides that prescription to the chemist cross checks it, and then he provides the medicine. Right now, how is this system going to work online? Who is, and the bigger issue is with some drugs which have got these so-called habit forming drugs as such, which are available through the pharmacies like narcotics and all, jahan pe there are lots of bigger issues wherein nowadays, so everyone knows it, we have been seeing it since last 2-3 months after the death of Sushant Singh Rajput, how the drug racket is actually working so effectively as such right now. So all these things may be comparatively easier if it is not regulated, and online, so anyone can order from anywhere as such. There won't be any restriction if everything is allowed. So government, they came up with e-pharmacy rules, draft rules. What does it mean by e-prescription? Now, this is also a big question. What do you mean by e-prescription basically? What can you call a e-prescription? Agar mere paas doctor ka prescription hai and I scan it and upload it, is it an e-prescription? But then how many times I can get the medicine from the same prescription? What if a patient has been given a particular dose as such only for 5 days? He takes the medicines after 5 days again with the same prescription. What is the checkpoint? Where is the checkpoint then? Or all these systems which may be the bigger issue. That's so government tried to come up with some solution to this with the draft rules for e-pharmacies to define the online sale of medicines. What does it mean by e-prescription means, and what type of licenses? First of all, currently जो e-pharmacy available hai, they don't provide all drugs. They don't provide all medicines. First of all, they are providing, if you go through any of the websites, you would realize most of them are providing the so-called nutraceutical products. They are providing you the so-called OTC products or the FMCG products as such. I think Aditya, okay, yeah, I think there was some interruption in between. Yeah, no issue. Yeah. So government is trying to regulate it, because see, if we have technology disruption in every field, pharmacy cannot be kept separately out of it. At some point of time, it is going to happen. Aaj nahi hai, after some point of time, definitely it's going to happen. And what we have seen in, this was my first statement, what we have seen in last 7-8 months, now during this COVID time, actually everyone want everything at home, right? So-called home delivery, online has gone, be it online education, be it platforms like the Amazon, Flipkart, or something like e-pharmacies, or telemedicine for that sake. All these things have been actually increasing. So government had come up with these regulations or the draft rules as such. Then what it also meant, that what it also proposed basically was that the habit forming drugs, let me tell you, a normal cough syrup itself is a habit forming drug. We know it, right? Now the drugs specified in Schedule X or habit forming drugs, they were actually prevented from selling through these e-pharmacy. These were some of the guidelines which were there in the that particular draft rules, but then it didn't see the day of light. There were lot of resistance from the local pharmacy shops, the local chemists as such, because it's a huge industry as such, and like, you know, of course everyone may get impacted as such. There was a longer discussion over this. It was a draft. Generally kya hota hai, I'm also a lawyer, I'll tell you how any act actually comes into place. जब भी कोई नया चेंज लाना है सिस्टम में, देयर आर ड्राफ्ट रूल्स और रेगुलेशंस. ड्राफ्ट रेगुलेशन इनिशियली आता है जिसपे सब लोगों के कमेंट मंगाए जाते हैं, एंड thereafter what we have is like, you know, thereafter it is discussed in the parliament, and then the legislation comes into play. But this never went to that stage. Draft rules ke baad there was a lot of discussion, there was a lot of resistance. The All India Chemists and Druggists Association also opposed the draft regulation itself, or draft rules itself were opposed, and so thereafter this was kind of relegated. So it's still in the draft phase. We don't know what would happen, because, you know, ek baar draft aa gaya to there is no time limit as such. When would it go into actual legislation as such? Okay, so it may come sooner or later. It is going to come for sure. Reason being, as I said, see, COVID has provided a kind of a big boost for e-pharmacies, first of all. Second thing is that if we are allowing like food to be delivered online, like Swiggy or Zomato, or almost every item to be delivered online, why not the medicine? At some point of time, these questions need to be answered. There may be a different kind of regulation. Some medicines may be allowed, some may not be allowed as such, or it would be kind of a, I would say, controlled allowance of the e-pharmacies as such. And again, we have kind of a complex system in India, jahan pe we have the like, you know, central regulatory agency as well as the state FDAs. So the few of the state FDAs didn't allow the e-pharmacies as such initially, because there was no common ground available or common legislation available. What government had proposed at that point of time, agar aapko e-pharmacy jana hai to no, you won't be allowed to take a permission from the state FDAs. You will have to go to the central agency only. That's what was actually planned under the draft e-pharmacy regulation. But then it didn't see the day of the light. But then there are few players which are operating currently at a few of the locations, bigger metros specifically. And now how it actually works, agar hai, so how does it actually work, and where are the opportunities for the next generation students as well? Because generally when I speak with who want to have their own pharmacies moving ahead, the issues are more or less same, with a higher competition today maybe, or the higher infrastructure cost that is actually required as such. But then what is important here to understand is, if you are an entrepreneur, if you are tech savvy, if you want to really make it big, choose your career as an entrepreneur in the marketplace, something like pharmacy. Okay, wherein the business model is a startup. It's not a conventional business model. It's not a conventional business model. And this startup have a very high chance of getting failed as well as succeeding very rapidly as well. Like, you know, we have seen growth like 100, 500, 1,000 times in few startups at some point of time. Now, in case of inventory-based model, your investment is average. You are a local pharmacy. आपने क्या करना है, आपका जो भी प्लान है, जो भी शॉप है, उसको इन्वेंटरी बेस्ड मॉडल के जो भी ऑनलाइन प्लेटफॉर्म्स है, उन पे you would just join as a one. So you would be आपका जो लोकल शॉप चल रहा है, उसके साथ साथ कुछ ऑनलाइन फार्मेसी से भी आपको सेल्स हो सकती है. बट अगेन इट ऑल डिपेंड्स एक्चुअली कि व्हाट इज द वॉल्यूम दैट यू विल बी गेटिंग, there are some algorithms based on which those algorithms, specific pharmacy shops or specific locations, would be tapped easily compared to others as well. यहाँ पे what is important to understand is what is the model based on which you would be joining these platforms as such, having your own shop. This is the safest, best bet as far as e-pharmacy is concerned, because the first one, pharmacy, takes away. हम generally हम लोगों ने what we have observed is pharmacy students are not that much tech savvy. Of course, basic bare minimum technology वगैरह पता होता है, but they are not that tech savvy. You would definitely need someone who is your close friend or relative who knows the in and out of the technology for that. The investment required is also really very high in that case. Okay, but then a moderately riskier model or a comparatively better model compared to marketplace, I would say, is pharmacy chain, jahan pe, of course, you would, but then also you would make a lot of comparatively higher funding or invest as for the pharmacy chain, because herein you are the franchisee owner. Apollo Pharmacy का एक local shop मैं own करता हूँ सांपाड़ा में. Okay, for example, I'm just giving you an example. Okay, now that is the model. वहां पे मेरा investment सब वैसे ही रह रहा है, but the bigger disadvantage of a chain is that आज जो फ्रेंचाइजी मॉडल है, आज जिसका आपने फ्रेंचाइजी लिया हुआ है, the conditions may not be same after 5 years or 10 years, because आज आप you would invest money into that to create a you are not creating your own brand. What you are doing is you are playing with on someone else's brand, and this is very common in franchisee based model. Initially what they do is, नहीं आप हमारा नाम use करो, हम आपको you would get higher margins once the shop is set. Okay, for example, after some time उसका अच्छा खासा sales हो रहा है, business अच्छा generate हो रहा है वहां पे, the franchisee owner would say, the business owner would say, no, I want to revise the term. I want more percentage now. Now you are in a dilemma because you cannot leave that, because the brand you created is not your own. What you did is आपने किसी और का brand use किया है for your business, right? Although you have made the investment, right? So this is a kind of I would say comparison of how you are the different models of the e-pharmacies actually work. As I said, marketplace is a purely a startup based model wherein you have big players working in, big investment is required, technology is involved, a lot of technology is involved into that. Inventory based model is जो local shop है, like 15 shops है, उनमें से कोई एक he gets added on the platform like Netmeds. So what happens is he has got a differentiated model. क्या मेरा online है, offline भी है, right? So if you try now, if you know all these things, you can just try to compare how it works locally. Say for example, I decide to start a shop in one particular sector in Nerul, which is an upcoming sector, let's say. Okay. Or a new housing complex, so एक कोई बड़ा project बन रहा है, वहां पे मुझे shop start करना है. Now in that case, what would be the best model? I know these three models. What works best for that location, for that particular location with your investment, your appetite? Based on that, you can actually take a call which one works best for you. See, don't. I always tell the students, be it career point of view or be it actually business point of view, don't run after the best one. Don't run after the best one. Try to choose what is best meant for you, what you are suitable for. आपकी in this case आपका risk investment कितना हो सकता है, आपका risk based capacity कितना हो सकता है. Based on that you take a call. For example, someone joins Netmeds, आपका पड़ोसी ने Netmeds का platform join कर दिया, doesn't mean कि it would work well for you as well, right? That's how it actually works. Then based on all these models, what you can do is you can choose your careers as such. E-pharmacies provide opportunities in three separate sectors, I would say. The first one, as I said, into the startup. If you are if you really want to make it really big in the pharmacy domain, as well as if you have that risk appetite, as well as the investment options as well available, go for the first one. That is the entrepreneurship or the startup based, I would say, the products or jahan pe you can make your careers. Second is wherein you can join these so-called pharmacy chains, or the so-called even the marketplace based models as an employee, because they are like a corporate setups basically, like, wherein you would be getting but wahan pe it is not necessary to, like, it's just not about being pharmacist. मैं pharmacist हूँ करके मुझे ऐसे प्लेटफॉर्म्स में जॉब मिलेगा, ऐसा नहीं होता है. It's all about your skill set basically. Okay, these are second options. And I would say the third one, the small investment, जो traditional ways है but थोड़ा सा हट के करके, या differentiated models like inventory based model है, pharmacy chains है, वहां पे आप अपने खुद के setups start कर सकते हो irrespective of the locations. Because see, this is going to be the future of the pharmacy or the chemist shops in India for sure. So this is what I have. I see what I've tried to do is, see, as I said, I've been watching this space. I've been working in this particular space with few people as well since last few years. I have just tried to give you an idea about a broader understanding about all these sectors or the different models as such, instead of like, the I would say the details or the technology related things that are not essential as far as the students are concerned. I'm done with my presentation. I would love to see if there are any questions. Okay, we have a question here from Umakant. Compared to retail pharmacy, why does e-pharmacy have much discount over medications? Yes, very good questions, Umakant, I would say. Now, see, Umakant, what happens is, if you generally try to compare a one shop versus a big mall, or the big superstores, it's all about the volumes basically. मैं जब volumes में play करता हूँ, okay, when I play in volumes basically, when I purchase the medicine in huge volumes, I may get a discounted prices from the companies as such, right? So that's what even every e-commerce platform work like, like for example, Amazon, Flipkart provide you so much of discount at 10, 70, 80% discount. Can your local Kirana grocery shop or DMart provide you 70, 80%, or Big Bazaar provide you 70, 80%? Forget about it, right? So that answers your question. We have Samir Malusre. There are some same rules and regulation as compared to retail pharmacy. Yes, Samir, I think I discussed this part, this particular part, wherein in the first case, marketplace model जो है, जहाँ पे I'm just an aggregator, वहाँ पे you may not have the regulations required for, at least for the owner. Otherwise, same rules and regulations are as that of retail pharmacy or wholesaler or distributor के लिए जो है, वही rules and regulations applicable है यहाँ पे. Thing is, I discuss one particular slide, draft regulation or rules which are not yet implemented. We don't know when would it get actually implemented. Pragya Pal has a different perspective about this. How would a consumer get benefited, or how would a consumer can get empowered because of this? I think yes, I would say call it this as a very different perspective. Would Pragya or Samir or Umakant or Vidhi, for that sake, would you like to go online as such for buying anything? जो चीज हम लोग food, yeah, anything which we used to order, which we actually used to go to shopping करने हम लोग दिवाली के टाइम पे जाते थे. Now we are waiting for Big Billion, Amazon का या Flipkart का deal, right? Exactly the same thing is happening. If you are getting this, and I think Pragya आंसर तो ऑलरेडी लोगों ने दे दिया है, like उमाकांत ने बता दिया, डिस्काउंट मिल रहा है आपको, right? आपको डिस्काउंट मिल रहा है, तो would you get empowered? definitely yes, you may get empowered for that. And if at times it is really very essential. I'll tell you how, see, everything, every technology or everything has got its own pros and cons. Like for example, during this COVID situation, what I have also observed that there are lots of in fact in my society as well, there are lots of elderly couples who are staying without their children. दोनों ही हैं. For them, isn't it a big boost actually if your medicine is getting delivered at home, right? So how you are using that technology, that is more important. And unfortunately होता क्या है, when we are given any technology or anything, generally resistance बहुत होता है initially, right? Everyone tries to, like, but then these kind of advantage need to be factored in. And see, as I mentioned, at some point of time, these are going to be factored in, and we may have, of course, like, the e-pharmacy. That's it. Okay, we have a question from Neelam Chaudhary. Entry of e-pharmacies will bring down the price of medicine for Indian patients. Again, Neelam, it all depends actually. Reason being, I'll tell you what. How do Amazon or Flipkart work? The kind of business model, जो 70-80% discount देते हैं, it's not that they are earning money. They are losing money, but they are gaining the customers. And उनके पास वो power money backup है. I'll tell you another example. Jio provided you for 2 years free of cost. Now Jio killed. कोई नेटवर्क नहीं है, ना वोडाफोन का है, ना एयरटेल का है, ना खुद जियो का नेटवर्क है. Now they provided it initially free of cost. Now ask Jio to give you free. Would they give you? No. It's a model. It's a model basically which works in startup, and that is also applicable for the e-pharmacies. Anish has an interesting question: how COVID-19 had changed the online pharmacy market? See, I'll tell you what, if you ask me, so this is my personal opinion, Anish, COVID-19 is going to change the dynamics of e-pharmacies, and we may have the e-pharmacy regulation coming earlier than what was expected. Okay, this is what I would like to say. But again, it all actually depends. And definitely there has been acceptance now. There has been actually acceptance of e-pharmacies as well as online platforms. Let me tell you example of my father as well. He is 65 years old, around 65 years old, never used the technology in mobile throughout his job. Once he got retirement, tabhi bhi kabhi nahi use kiya. In last 6 months, yes, he has used the technology now at this point of time. Maybe किस लिए use कर रहा है, food के लिए, किसके लिए, that is a different, but he is using the technology. There has been acceptance of the technology now. This is going to make a big difference, Anish. Why online pharmacy was not required? Drug and cosmetic license? No, I think you need it अगर in the first case जो market place model है, जहां पे वो खुद नहीं बेच रहा है, उसको पता भी नहीं है कि मुझे पता ही नहीं है कि मेरे प्लेटफॉर्म से कौन सा ड्रग कहां से किसको जा रहा है. मैं जस्ट आपको एक ये प्रोवाइड कर रहा हूँ. What you say, I'm just providing you one particular platform जिसके थ्रू आप ये चीज कर सकते हो. Okay, now that's what the answer to Umakan's question. We have Ujwala. If people purchase medicine online, then what's about medical shop? Is this good for local medical shops? I think I tried to answer this as well. Like, it all depends how you are actually going to do that as such. Reason being, see, ऐसा नहीं है कि Amazon, Flipkart के आने से local shops बंद हो गए क्या? No, the business models are changing. The business models are changing. You need to update yourself, right? अगर Swiggy और Zomato आ गया तो local restaurant बंद हो गए क्या? No, right? Ola Uber आने से local taxi बंद हो गया क्या? No, the business models are changing. It's not like the local medical shops are going to vanish as such. But then, and see, अगर आप second business model देखते हो, the one which we discussed, in that local shops themselves are going online. It's a good thing, right? If you can use technology to some extent to help your business as well as the consumer, I don't think there is any harm in that, right? So this is something, this is a very, I would say, relative question, but I'm very positive and very optimistic that if you use technology to the benefit of the consumers, to the end users, yes, it's a big boost as such, even for the local shops as such. Okay. Megh Shah, how can I start own marketplace model like Pharmacy? Megh, just speak to Aditya sir, get my number, contact me. Will definitely help you out with this. Would be more than interested, frankly speaking. If anyone is actually at least thinking at this stage that, oh no, I need to make big and I need to do this, like, you know, so it's a long journey basically. Like, you know, I had an opportunity to hear the CEO of PhonePe, who is around 35 years old, I believe. Like, you know, when I when we heard him, what he mentioned is his first startup was at the age of 22. He had 4 failures, 4 successive failures. Thereafter, he got his success. So, like, you know, we are there, always there to help. In fact, since Meg asked, let me tell you about something which may be relevant for the students right here. We have this brand called Pharmaliterati. Just Google it out. You would see it on social medias and all, wherein we are working with lots of students with their ideas with respect to careers, career guidance, as well as like, you know, helping them out with respect to lots of things. We are providing them internship as well. So, for example, if you have an idea and if you don't know how to implement it, how to come up with a end product out of it, what you need is a mentoring, and we have right set kind of people or right set of people who would be always there to help you. And what we do is we allow the student to work on their own product with us as if we are mentoring them, and kind of like, you know, we are providing them some stipend for the internship as well. This is what we are doing with students. And I think this is my first interaction actually with the institute. And hopefully, like, you know, moving ahead, I would look forward to like, you know, have students like Meg or anyone else for that sake who has got any idea, who really want to make it big, or like, you know, take their own product. See, let me tell you something. Startup or a new product is not, ऐसा नहीं है कि आपने day one पे Flipkart या Amazon create करना है. No, it's a long process. It's a long learning process. And what we do during the internship of the students is we ensure that the student goes through that process, so that after some point of time, he or she is in a position to do or launch or like, you know, implement his or her own idea on its own without our guidance. Of course, we are always there to mentor you as well. Okay, so I think that's what I have for you. And like, you know, I hand this over to the organizers for, and also, of course, thank you so much everyone. It was really wonderful. I think this has been one of my most interactive sessions in the recent past as far as students are concerned. You guys have been really good in terms of questions. I, frankly speaking, I was not expecting so many questions, but it's good to have interaction. And like, you know, hopefully what I would also like to conclude with is, hopefully we end up with this pandemic situation very soon and have an interaction live one-to-one with all of you students. So thank you Aditya, and thank you Rakesh sir, and the management, the students, coordinators, and everyone.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your this knowledge, sharing of your knowledge. I'll hand it over to Vidhi now. Vidhi?
Thank you, sir, for such an informative and thoughtful session. I'd like to ask my colleague, Ms. Shifa Sheikh, to share the feedback form link for the students. Thank you, Shifa. Now I would like to ask my colleague, Ms. Divya Chauhan, to quote vote of thanks for this session. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Ms. Divya Chauhan from D.Y. Patil University School of Pharmacy. Would like to address the vote of thanks for today's webinar organized by the Institute in association with Women Development Cell and Indian Pharmaceutical Association Community Pharmacy Division, IPS CPD. Now I would like to thank our D.Y. Patil University School of Pharmacy Management Group. I would like to thank sincerely Dr. Rakesh Somani sir, our principal of D.Y. Patil University School of Pharmacy, for his motivating and enthusiastic spirit. I would like to thank our speaker, Mr. Vijay Shipunja sir, Director at Petlex Business Solutions, for your presence and enlightening us by your knowledge. I would like to thank my dear colleagues, our host for today, Ms. Vidhi Solanki and Ms. Shifa Sheikh, for handing feedback. And special thanks to Mr. Aditya Guge sir, Assistant Professor at D.Y. Patil University School of Pharmacy, for being an excellent program coordinator. My heartfelt thanks to all the students and faculty members for their active participation and support. With these warm and kind words, I would like to conclude this great session. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you.